hop in a bit.
All right.
Woo!
Episode 21, baby. The Evening Juice.
Tuesday
Season
night.
8.
Classic party night, apparently.
Yeah, bro. Hey, you know what it is. Season 8, episode 21. The Evening Juice with LemonCityLive. I got to make up for those Fridays that we don't do anymore. So, eventually we'll bring those back. It's slow season. You know what I mean? Slow season. Yeah, man. So if you're watching, thank you for watching on our Facebook feed. Thank you for watching on our Twitter feed. Or to all you 5 Reasons heads out there, thank you for watching on the 5 Reasons YouTube network. You are official lemon heads in my book. All right. We had a semi-busy weekend. Achilles.
Stuff.
All right. Yeah, man. Well, actually, I'm going to bring on our Inter Miami writer, Xavier. Xavier, you ready? Thumbs up. All right, Xavier, you're coming on. There you go. Xavier, what's up, man?
Oh.
Pretty good. Who's Jose?
I don't know. I was telling my girlfriend.
I was telling my girlfriend call me a taco. You better not say I'm a taco.
I did eat Taco Tuesday today, but I was telling my girlfriend my little brother's middle name, which is Jose, so that's why it was in my head. Yeah.
Racist. Yeah. Listen, Edwin's not on the show, so someone has to pick up the racist mantle.
It's not gonna be me.
That's very brave of you.
No thanks.
Wow.
I can't even right now, kiddies. How dare you?
What's up with Edwin? What happened to him? He's at Taco Tuesday. What's going on?
Oh, he's at the Marlins game. He's working.
Oh, lovely.
Edwin has a million jobs.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, he's embraced the gig economy like none other, man.
For real, man. I love it.
Amazing.
And all his jobs are sports related.
He did it.
Yeah, he did it. Yeah, finally. That's it. This is where he's gonna stay, I think. He doesn't have to work these weird jobs anymore. All right, so we had a pretty busy weekend. Inter Miami was up here playing against Orlando. We're gonna get into that. We also had the Austrian GP, which was like Red Bull Light, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that was eventful to say the least. The Formula One season, man, it's insane. It's unpredictable so far.
Been good shit.
And that's how we like it. So let's since we got Xavier here, let's just get into Inter Miami versus Orlando this past weekend. Xavier, you got some thoughts for me?
Tough loss for Inter Miami. I thought they went up there and tactically played a pretty good game. I don't appreciate the fact that he went kind of defensive up there. He did change the tactics, but overall they pretty, in my opinion, they dominated the game. Just a miscue, a communication error there. Usually in that play, the goalie comes out strong and shouts and screams off the defender. I don't know if that happened. Obviously, we're not there on the field, but it looks like Damien just went out, stuck his leg, and bam, the worst thing that can happen to a defender. But it happens to if you've played soccer long enough at whatever level and you play defense, it's going to happen to you. If it hasn't happened to you, you were probably on the bench and never played. So,
you weren't trying.
Right? So it happens.
On that note, hit the spicy sports nugget. Hit it. I got it for this specific thing.
Oh, spicy sports nugget.
Give me a second.
Spicy sports nugget.
Damian Lowe is the first player in MLS history to score a stoppage time own goal in a 1-0 loss.
Oh,
well, at least he made
history.
We've made history twice.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
One pro, one against.
What was the first?
Indy, Vasilev coming in, substitute coming in after 80th minute and scored 2 goals to win the game tying goal and the game winning goal. And now we have Damian doing it. Well, okay, so this seems to be a historic season. We're making making history.
Dude.
There's more to come. There's more to come, I think.
And I felt so bad for Damian because he was having a great game. They could not get past him. They had like a shot on goal the entire game until that. That was
Miami controlled. Miami controlled the game, but they couldn't put it in. It's one of those days when you play soccer. There's times when you're playing the game and you tell yourself it's just not going to go in. It's one of those days where everything happens. Vasilev, he kicks the ball and the goalie, he didn't even save it. The ball hit him in the face. He turned, it popped him in the face, and
make yourself big.
And that's how he saved it. And then just plenty of opportunities where they had the chance to put it in. If Miami puts one in the first half, that game's going to be very hard for Orlando City to come away with a point or try to turn that around, because they would have to come out and then open even more spaces for Inter Miami. So it was a tough loss. Damian Lowe, I wrote early in the season he started okay, and then he was a little bit off, making when he was getting carted off and a lot of fouls and making some silly mistakes. I said this is a very experienced player and he needs to step up his game, because we know what he can do, the type of quality that he has, and he has done that. I mean, he's put a good stretch of games where he's the undeniable leader of that defense, and playing really good, playing very well.
Even in this game, like even that was a fluke. What he did, that's what he should have done. He should have tried to clear that ball. But the way that the ball was coming, the goalie had it. You know what I mean? But that's the goalie's job to communicate that to Lowell. So if he didn't do that correctly, that's not on Lowell. Usually on a play like that, the goalie has free reign in that area. So he comes out. If he has to run him over and destroy him, even if it's his teammate, he has to do that. And he was
No one's running over Damian Lowe, though, unfortunately.
Yeah.
He is a fucking man, dude.
Oh, he's a big man. He's a big man, and he's very talented. He's shown that he's not just rough. There's some defenders that are really tough guys, but are kind of rough with the ball. Lately, he's been doing some nice little plays, nice fakes and stuff, and passing the ball out well. So he's had a good stretch of games. It's unfortunate. I wrote in this last article that I hope it doesn't affect his confidence, because it's extremely important for a player of his caliber, a leader like he is, in that position, a center back, to remain confident and remain. So this game is going to be super important tomorrow against Philadelphia. I want to see what his mindset is.
There's what his mindset is. Philadelphia coming off a 7-goal game.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough one for them. But that actually leads me to a question that I wanted to ask you. With the new signings that Inter Miami have just completed, right? Can they kind of just shrug this game off, or like can they not let it get to them because they know that they got fresh guys coming in, fresh eyes, that they might switch up tactics a little bit with these guys? Can they just shrug it off?
You play to win the game. It's an away game. So usually the way it works in the soccer world, if you take a point home, you're satisfied. I asked earlier in one of the press conferences, I asked Phil if the expectations for this team have changed, with the recent slate of wins and with these two guys coming on, are there different expectations? And he told me, he said the expectations have always been the same, to win. I was like, oh, really? So I didn't follow up with the question, but I'm thinking to myself, so at the beginning of the year, where there was 14 new players, the team is completely revamped. There are no expectations from anybody out of Miami, expecting them to be bottom dwellers. Miami expected to win, which is surprising to me. But they expect to win. So it was a tough loss, but it was an away game. If they win tomorrow night, then we push it to the back burner. But they need to get a win. They need to get those 3 points. Will it happen?
Tough ask.
It is, but I thought that the game up there, remember I said they would take 7 points. I was very super homer optimistic. Yeah. They should have had those 3 points up there. But, this is why you play. This is what happens when you play. And you move on. Like he said, you lick your wounds and you move on. But I thought they played well. I thought he held them back a little bit. I believe that the injuries to Robbie, obviously, but that's long gone. Gonzalo being sick was very important. These are situations like that game where people need to understand that's where Gonzalo comes in. You hate him. You don't want. But Gonzalo in that game would have been a sub that I would have made. Why? Because in the previous game he always put kind of offensive players and kept the push, right. In this game he started to defend. And at one point he had he took Mata off and then he took out Duke, and basically that's it. That you conceded the game. That was at the 85th minute when he took out Duke. That to me he conceded the game and he's going full out defensive. I think if Higuain would have been available, that would have been a different move. Higuain would have been placed, and then you have one guy where he's a little bit slower and he doesn't run or whatever you want to say about the guy. But when the ball comes into him, he can block people off. He can hold the ball, and he still got the vision to put the ball through. At that point, Miami didn't have anybody, and it was just let's wait. These guys got lucky, and
do you think Duke getting yellow carded put them in a weird position where they had to kind of take him out of the game, or else he could have gotten red carded? Because he was wild out there, bro.
He was being feisty. He was being super feisty. That referee was like admonishing him like if he was a little kid or something. I tweeted, I said, you know what? I for sure Duke is coming out of this game, but he brought him out way later than I expected. I thought he would take him out, at the 60-something, 70th minute, and he took him out at the 85th, and he took him out after taking Malta out. Yeah, I thought he would be the first sub because of that, because he was being feisty, he was holding on. He could have got another yellow, and the ref's body language towards him was kind of like aggressive. And I'm thinking, this guy doesn't respect him, but he looks at him. He looks like he's he's a senior high school. No disrespect, Bryce. No disrespect.
Well, isn't he? He's like 22.
He's like, no, he's 20.
Yeah, he is a kid.
That's even
He looks he's really,
20.
really young.
2 years removed from high school.
But his game is maturing. His game has gotten so much better. And I know we're gonna get into the Hopozuelo and the other stuff maybe in a little bit. I don't want to jump the gun into that. But I thought those moves, if Gonzalo would have been there, maybe that game ends 0-0, because then you have a guy that at least you can chip the ball up there, or you have a guy that can hold it, take shots, do anything. When Duke and Mata were out, I said, oh, that's it. We're because Vasilev didn't have a great game. I'm Coach Xavier would have subbed him off before, even though he had that shot on the goalie's face. I think his game overall was not great. Emerson came in. He's getting important minutes because of Lassiter's injury. If not, he wouldn't be getting as many minutes. And he shows that he has a lot of maturing to do. He shows so much potential, and he shows the spice that the team needs, because when you sit back, you need a guy, team sit back against Miami. If they're sitting back, you need a guy that can go and break those defenses down. Take a guy on, force the defense to shift. But then what he's not doing is he's forcing people to shift, but he's not giving the ball in the space where it should be for the person that's free. There was one play where it was fantastic. He got the ball, he took off. He looked like Carl Lewis taking off. And he took on three guys. Took on three guys. But what happened? It wasn't effective, because then you ends up in the corner and the ball is lost. It looked beautiful, but it's not effective. You need him to take on one guy, take on the other guy, and then put it in the space for his guy, and then get it again at a space where he can go one-on-one and towards the goal. So little things like that. His vision needs to improve. His passing needs to improve. His defensive posture. He's a young kid. He's 21, so he should be running up and down the field, and he should be. He goes up, then the same way you ran up there. You got to get back and defend, and he's not done that in a great fashion. So that's one of the things Phil talked about after in the press conference. I asked him a couple questions, and he mentioned, they really believe in him. He said, "Look, we trust him so much. We believe in this kid so much," and I understand why, because there's a lot of potential. This kid can be special. This kid has that attraction. What as a fan you want to see. I want to go to the game and see a show.
Yeah, he's fast, man.
And he's skilled, and he does things that
he needs to build up some patience, because he's go time. Every time the ball touches him, he's going. So I feel like if he were to get the ball and just look up, see where the play is going, see where your teammates are going. Then you can, push it. But I feel like he gets the ball and he just wants to go.
Yeah, he has to master the game. It's funny because when you like in any sport though, when you're young, there's bravado and you're going, and then as you get a little older, you slow down, but your mentality expands and the game is so much easier, bro.
Yeah.
So what they want from him is to pick that up, So it's part of the process, and I am glad that he's here because the team values him. And they're giving him an opportunities even through the mistakes. Several times Phil has said it. You have to live with this. You have, and I'm glad he's here because maybe somewhere else they won't live with that. They won't. They won't. Take that. But the situation, it's needed, right? It's needed right now because
they're not a contender. They're not a contender right now.
Hey.
In the last show, someone said they're gonna win a championship.
Yeah,
I could have been
it wasn't me, and it wasn't Achilles.
I could have been somebody. I could have been a contender. No, I think they're gonna. I think they're gonna be contenders. They lost the game. They're still close. They're still there.
Yeah, they're 4 points out of the playoffs. They're contenders to make the playoffs, but for a title, they're not. So they're gonna. They shouldn't be. They shouldn't be. Yeah, so they're gonna live with these growing pains. Because they're looking to the future. They're gonna think, okay, we can still make the playoffs and get that valuable experience, but we also need to give these guys, the actual gameplay experience that's gonna help us later on.
Let's see what happens Wednesday. Tomorrow night, it's gonna be super, super important. You'll
be there, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna be there tomorrow night. I want to see how they play. I want to see how they match up against this team. They did really well with them up there in Philadelphia. They played really well. I actually thought they could have won the game. Let's see what happens down here. I think they're a contender for a playoff, but what I said in the last show, and I'll stand by it again, is the fact that it depends how you get into the playoffs, if they make it. How is the team trending? This is a team that has had all these sanctions, so many new players, and it's battling, and it's developed an identity of don't give up. And they have a lot of chemistry. The players keep saying that. And that's super important in these winning teams, not always, but to have this chemistry on and off the field. And they're getting reinforcements. So if Pozuelo does anything near what he's capable of doing, that's a big reinforcement. The only thing that worries me, and I know everybody's, talking all these great stuff, is that with Pozuelo, you have to change the 4-3-3. You can't play the same lineup, the same formation, because that's what they had in Toronto, and that's why they got rid of him. He's not a player for that formation. So, and I don't mind. I think there's different formations. There's a 3-5-2 that Miami has used, and I think that would be perfect. Why? Why do I think it's perfect? Because I think you have McVay, Lowe, and Yedlin in the back, and I think those are your three best defenders anyway. And then it gives you an opportunity to play Mota and Gregory, which I think are very, very solid MLS players, comparable to most of the players in the league. And then I think you can play Duke, and you can have Pozuelo, but not. Yeah. And then up top you have Campana, maybe Gene. I haven't put the lineup, but I think you have to change the formation where you can put Pozuelo in a spot where he's like in a bubble, because he's not the greatest defender. He's not the greatest defender. He moves a little bit more than Gonzalo. He's younger. He's going to be 31 in September, so he's 30. But he's going to be 31. He's not a spring chicken by any percent. But he moves, but he's still a liability.
In his prime.
Absolutely. Yeah. He's still a liability, but this guy's scoring and assisting. He's going to provide what we need, but I think they need to put him kind of in a bubble. Maybe even put him up top with Campana, but have him a little bit lower, as a false nine. So I want to see what Phil's going to do with him. And I want to see, and I keep saying like if I own the team or something, but I want to see Duke stay on the pitch. I want him to continue to have playing time, because he's maturing and he's gaining so much experience, and he's gotten better. He needs to improve. Obviously, he's a young player. He could have gotten thrown out last game, maybe a little bit too feisty. He needs to control that, but I don't want to take away his swagger. But I think he's a player that needs to be on the pitch. I would love Gregory, Mota, Duke, and Pozuelo to be on the pitch together, But so you have to find a way to make it work.
Yeah. You mentioned DeAndre Yedlin. Being
All-star.
like all-star, man. Also, how important is that? How important is that news that they got an all-star after that loss and going into Philly?
I think it's huge, and something that's super important. After that loss in Orlando, I asked Malta, in a game like this where you lose in such a tough manner, who's the voice in the locker room? Because you someone has to speak up at that point. And we all know the coach talks, but I mean the players. Yeah. There's a different connection. Who's the people that talk? And he says, look, it's a very united team. But Gregory, obviously, captain, speaks. Mm-hmm. He said Campana, which was a little bit surprising, because he's a 21-year-old. But when you're one of the top scorers in the league, you gain that respect. Yeah. So you have that right because you have to earn it. You just don't come in. You have to earn it. And then he said Yellen. So those are three guys that talk and step up. And Yellen's had a pretty good year. He's been a very consistent player, been playing at a high level. He's early in the season he was the one that would only project up there and had a couple assists. And he's still doing it, and he's playing well. So he deserved. I think he deserved his nomination. People are upset. Campana didn't get it, but you know what? It happens everywhere. When you get snubbed, when you're new into a league, and they I see you. I see your goals. You're doing great, but I want to see it again before I want to see it again because there's other people that have done it, and they're close to what you're doing, and we're gonna take them. I think that's what happened to Campana. So they still got to see if this is just a one season, hit or what. Yeah. But it was big. The All-Star is big to get a little of that atmosphere. Like you saw today in the practice, they came in, surprised them. The baby and the fiance came in, and that gets people hyped. And you can see he's such a good guy. I was going to say kid. He's not a kid. He's 28, 29.
Yeah, no, he's not a kid anymore.
It's crazy that he's not even in his 30s yet because he's been around for so long.
Forever,
yes,
right?
He has.
Forever. We see them forever growing up.
Like I feel like he's been around like 3 World Cup cycles.
Yeah, no. So that's important. I think that the mood in the locker room is good going into this game. I think they're very confident. In regards to, can I tell you what I took some notes here from Phil's press conference this week. He said that Coco. The last time I said quarantine, Gene, and you guys making fun, quarantine, whatever. We'll call him Coco like everybody does.
Coco.
He should be available for New York FC. That game is a big game. And then he said about Pozuelo, hopefully by the end of the month. There was no details as to why. Hopefully those are projections, and maybe it gets done sooner.
What I've seen is just visa stuff, unfortunately.
The immigration, that's why. So I don't know how fast or how slow that's gonna happen. He talked about Pozuelo being a little bit surprised by how hot it is over here. Coming.
Hey, maybe that'll help tomorrow.
It should help, and that's an advantage that we have, and they've said that it should help in every game. Any team that comes out, even if it's a night game, the humidity here, the factor, people are not used to it. And that's where we've been wearing people down with the substitutions. He said that, the substitutions have won 5-6 games. Yeah, because the guys have come in fresh and they've performed. They've come in and played well. And this last game, he didn't have all his chips. I do believe that if he had everybody, he would have kept his foot on the pedal and wouldn't have backtracked so much. That's what I think.
And you know what, bro? Credit to Orlando for keeping their foot on the pedal because they've had like consecutive, like I want to say 4 games consecutively where they've sucked. That they didn't get all 3 points in the previous 4 games, I think. So going into this game, you would think they'll be demoralized after playing yet another shitty game, but they kept their foot on the pedal the entire game, and they were able to squeeze out a lucky win at the end because they stayed aggressive. If they would have. If they would have settled for the tie, they could have easily, done what Miami did and just gone the defensive round, settled for the tie at home.
Yeah, but you're at home and your fans expect a show. Yeah, you don't give much of a show in soccer now, where people play teams are so defensive, and that's where I like players like Emerson, like that. They give you their money's worth. He goes up and does his crazy stuff. I called it irreverent. But the players like that, to me, I like to watch them. I want to see him on the pitch, and he makes the game interesting. But Orlando needed to keep their foot on the pedal because they had their fans wait 2.5 hours for this game. Your fans are there waiting, and then you're gonna go and say, "No, let's just give it." No, they needed to do that, and they got lucky. They got lucky.
They did, and I was there. I wrote my article from the Orlando perspective, and even I was saying it like, man,
I read it.
They didn't deserve to win that game, but like I said, they kept their foot on the pedal, and they had a puncher's chance, and they got it.
Absolutely, and we had two of our best players, Lowe and Drake and Calendar. Just have a small blunder at that moment, and it cost us the game, unfortunately.
And Calendar too, bro. That one save that Calendar had, where I forget who shot it for Orlando, but he was a point blank range.
Oh, yeah.
Like he was right in front of inside the friggin'
he's a cat.
Inside, like 3 feet away from the goal line.
No, the kid's a cat. The kid's a cat. He's super smooth. It's just, it happens.
Why does he wear that mask? Is he injured?
He has to be. I don't know. I that was the first time I saw it too, because he hasn't been wearing that all season. So he must have got hit at the nose or something during practice. And that has to be the reason. But that's my speculation, because he hasn't worn it at all season. And usually that's, you have your nose injury. And then as far as the Coco, they're waiting for him, but he's a guy that can play at the forward and on the wing. But he hasn't shown throughout his career to be like a great goal scorer either. So I don't know what he's going to bring to the team. I saw some of his clips, some videos.
I thought he was like a center midfield, like depth in the midfield.
He's more of a winger and forward, and I like that because we need someone to push Campana, and Campana needs to get some rest too. This month of July, these guys are playing major minutes. So he needs, even though he's 21, he needs to get rest. Remember, he had a calf injury in one of the games where he pulled his calf a little bit, and that's usually dehydration and too much workload. So, and these guys are getting a big workload in July. These two guys hopefully come in as soon as possible to help out. But they took the loss, they took the L, but they didn't play back, and they never gave up. Even after that, they said, they picked each other. They told them, hey, let's go. They picked each other up, and they went out and played. They didn't just give up for the last 3 minutes or whatever that was left in the game. So the team, I think they're contenders for a playoff spot. And I'm just, like you said, a puncher's chance. I'm the type of guy that I think that if these two guys, if Pozuelo hopefully does what Gonzalo was supposed to do. What Gonzalo did like his first year, Gonzalo had like 12 goals and 10 assists or something like that. If Pozuelo comes in and scores goals and gets the other guys to score, it's a big boost for his team. This is a big boost, especially away from home, because they've scored, pretty decently at home. It's when they go on the road. It's been tough for them. So Pozuelo is the key. Let's see what happens with Coco. Lassiter's hurt. It's his calf. I don't know how long he's going to be out either, but he was playing his best soccer, I think, in a long time. He needs to come back. Indy, to me, like we said last week, is a very good player, but I think he's a sub-type player. I think put him in and a boost of energy type player. Here, I took some notes. Pozuelo came from Genk in Belgium when he first came to the MLS for Toronto for an $11 million transfer. Oof. So that's a lot of money.
Yeah,
he was
MLS,
2020 MVP, and then he gets traded for allocation money, $150,000, which that's a big drop. So something. Yeah. What's going on there? It's a great deal for us, or it should be, right? He's had 88 appearances, 26 goals, 31 assists. That's really good. That's really good. If we get this
especially
guy,
with a bad season in there, it's
absolutely. So maybe this change of scenery, we really need him here. We can put him to play in the formation that protects him, which what he needs. Maybe this guy can hopefully this guy can do some of this magic. And Miami, I think, is a contender. And I just think that this team, I'm looking at all the teams. This league, there's a lot of parity. I know New York FC, LAFC, Philadelphia, Forgetting some of the other top teams. They're there, but they're accessible. They can be beat. Now LAFC with Bale and Vela and Arango have, I think, an amazing attack. So it helps them out. Yeah. How good are they? Throughout, you need to be solid defensively, have a very solid midfield, and your attack. I think Miami is a decent team. I think they can surprise people. I really do. And I'm not trying to be a homer. I just believe that it's a pretty solid team. I think it's a solid team, and it's a deep team when you have everybody healthy. Right now, they're not. It's like the beginning of the season. Everybody wasn't healthy, and we weren't getting any results. So we need to make sure our people are healthy. And Philadelphia, this Wednesday, tough game. But we need to go out there and get those 3 points.
So I don't know.
Julian Carranza coming back home.
But he can't play. He can't play because of the contract, and they were smart. They put that in his contract. He can't play against.
Coming off a hat trick.
Oh, really? I don't know you could do that.
Yeah, apparently you can. So,
wow. Well, Achilles used to work for Philly.
Yeah, I didn't know that, man.
Yeah.
How was it up there in Philly?
Unfortunately, I wasn't there long because of COVID, but I've always liked that team, and I love the way they are constructed.
And we got our boy Bedoya up there. Look, I got my Western FC. I got my Western FC up here. Not cheering for Bedoya, guys. But because my son played all throughout his time in Weston.
Yeah, we saw your boy was winning some chips a few months ago.
In the high school.
Yeah, man.
That was great, man. That's
up.
Tough. Yeah, and he didn't even want to. He just played his senior year. He didn't even want to play, and his friends kept telling him because they were putting together a pretty good team. Mm-hmm. And I told him, "Go, man, look, senior year, enjoy it, dude. There's nothing like going out there having fun. Being a high school player, playing on the varsity. You're gonna go in, and the coach, that coach is really good. He scouted some of the players, and he said he needed like another like defensive type player like my son. He came in and helped out the team, and man, they took it. They won it. That's great. That's awesome. That's a beautiful part of the sport.
Yeah.
Where you just go with that ride. We're riding now. We're riding the Inter Miami, the roller coaster. Like I said, it's a roller coaster, and we've been up. We were down, up and down, up, and now we're down. And let's see what happens with Philly. Because they got to come back up. If they go down, that's a big drop right there.
Who should Miami worry about in Philly?
Carranza's not there. Mm-hmm. They signed some striker who finally started scoring. Jose Martinez is maybe the best defensive midfielder in the league. Bedoya is good. Their defense is solid. Andre Blake has been essentially the best keeper in the league since he got drafted. They're just a good team.
Yeah, I agree. They're a good team. And when we played them up there, they were missing a couple of players, that were injured. But I still believe that down here, we have a chance. We have a solid team. I want to see how he's gonna, what the lineup is gonna be. Mm-hmm. Because the last game, I don't think Indy had a great game, but he's a guy that feel trust. Emerson didn't have a great game, but he was a spark. He hasn't given him too many starts. He usually puts him in for that to juice and to get some juices. They haven't said anything to Lassiter yet. Lassiter's not going to play. He's still not there. So he's got his hands full. He's got his hands full tomorrow against a very tough team. If they pull it out, kudos.
It's huge.
Yeah.
And then you forget about what you said. At the beginning when you asked, you forget you put this game behind. Orlando goes behind because then you got the 3 points. You got the 3 points that you need.
All right, I'm gonna bring on our boy Edwin here.
Oh God!
Oh!
I guess the Marlins game is over.
They lost. They lost again.
They lost.
Larry Bird's coming on.
Here we go. What's up, bro?
What's up, guys? Can you hear me good?
Yeah,
we can hear you. I don't know if it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is what it is, bro. Live from Marlins Park. What's up, guys? How's it going? Miss your faces.
Yeah, bro.
Xavier, thanks for filling in for me, bro.
No, thanks for having me, guys.
No, don't get used to it, bro. All right.
No. Ever since I came on, I got 3 more followers on Twitter.
There you go.
All right.
Glad we could help. What are you guys talking about? Oh, man,
we were just finishing up talking Inter Miami versus Orlando, previewing tomorrow's game against Philly. You,
Nice.
Mr. 90-minute social media guy over here. What's your take?
Bro, I'm the new MLS guy, bro.
Yeah, man. What's your take on Inter Miami right now?
Inter Miami. Look, bro, that was I watched the whole game. That was a tough way to go out. I'm sure you guys covered that. An own goal in the 92nd minute is never fun. I thought they played well. If you read Xavier's article, you also know that we didn't have the depth that we're used to. We were playing with a lot of limitations, and we still, just a 1-0 own goal. But at the same time, I didn't see the same little flashes from the regular guys there. But again, I'm going to chalk it up to the deficiencies of the depth and not having the extra guys there, not having your Lassiters, and not having even Higuain, who wasn't there, didn't make the trip. There was, that's a challenge for this team. But moving forward, though, I know Pozuelo is already he's in Miami. He's just working out the whole visa stuff. I don't know how long that's going to take, but I think, and you know me and Achilles, all right, Top Gun. I like it. I don't know what it means, but all right.
Top Gun, bro. Gunther. Come on, man.
Oh, man. Sorry. I like it. Listen, Haas all the way. No, Achilles knows this. I'm the star fugger, like he likes to call it. And I'm actually all over, and I love the fact that we passed on Bale and that we went with a guy like Pozuelo. I wasn't expecting that. He is exactly, look, as much as I like Bryce Duke, you know what I mean? This is a huge step up. You know what I mean? This is a guy who's, I know he's your boy. He's your little gem. I know. But Pozuelo is that guy who's going to come in there and he's going to elevate. He's going to make Bryce Duke even better, But I think that's exactly what we need there. That's exactly like what this team needed, is an actual player that we thought. That's what they thought Pizarro was going to be, but he's not. He's not that guy at all. He's never been. Matuidi, whatever that was, you know what I'm saying? But this guy, he's exactly brought on. This is the smart move. You know what I mean? Which goes against everything that I value in sports. So that's what I think about Inter Miami. I think we're on the right track. Yeah.
Edwin, did you go to therapy?
Bro, I'm hanging out with all these smart MLS guys now, bro, and it's rubbing off, bro.
Oh, just berating you for years. That's not what it was.
No, not at all. I'm finally just listening to some smart people talk about it.
Now he's hanging out with smart MLS guys.
Yeah, so. Now.
You caught that now there, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how it is, bro.
Just because they have British accents doesn't mean they're smart, bro. Don't get tricked.
Hey, listen, mate. Okay, see. No, man. I think I like where they're going. I actually overall, as a league in general, like I'm super jacked up, dude. Like there's the Luis Suarez rumors. He's coming out saying 5 or 6 teams have already reached out to him.
Insane.
He hasn't named it. He only says that Miami and Messi is not going to happen. Thank you, sir. He has said that he did say that Miami and Messi, that's not an option here. It's not going to be. Watch it from Jonathan, friend of the show there. Good job. Not an option. So I'm curious to see where it is that he's going to go. Who's the other guy? Toronto just signed like a couple of ex-Juventus players.
Toronto's got their Italian mob over there, bro.
Yeah, a couple of ex-Italian players, and then one is from Juventus. But there's another guy, the little British guy who just got like Jesse Lingard. He's apparently
he hasn't been signed
yet.
Out
there and available. Hey, 29 years old, from a product of Manchester United. He might not have been the best, but hey, the fact that he's
no, I'm saying
looking at that move.
At 29, I don't know, bro. I don't see that.
Hey,
Still got some good
the other
soccer.
big news. Hey,
he was so good for West Ham.
What about
Coach
Wayne
Rooney?
Rooney, though? Coach Rooney now coming back, dude. That guy, if you don't know, Derby, which was a team he was coaching over in the championship. He that team he got him out of relegation, and they have all these problems and all these things. And then he finally said, "Look, I can't do this anymore. I got him out. He did this wonderful job. that guy could have probably gone to any real decent team and had a really good shot. And he said, "Hey, I'm gonna go back to DC." Something about that. And Rooney is younger than me. He's like 35 or something like that. 36.
He's just a
years old,
bridge
and I'm
troll, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
He looks really
Serious.
old.
Oh man, I like the beard, and he's put on some weight. He looks like a real coach now, you know. So point is that, like, you know, you got big names, you got recognizable people, but you just, you know, you're seeing the talent pool getting a little better. The teams are starting to be more competitive, and if they could just figure out Pro Rel, man, you'd have a great league. But that's not gonna happen. So take what you can get right now. But yeah, Marlins
That's
lost.
what's up, man.
3-2.
Marlins lost. I do want to talk some Marlins, so I want you to stick around for that.
Bro.
They lost,
Go,
but
man.
3 All-Stars.
Yeah,
3
dude.
All-Stars.
Pretty good.
Although Cooper almost
I saw.
lost his All-Star bid today.
I saw that he was limping.
He still gets his
But
bonus,
still,
though.
man.
That's what they were talking about here.
Nice.
They're
Nice.
so close to being a decent team, but the front
Yeah,
office
man.
won't make any moves. They have plenty of young players they can bring up, but they don't want to bring them so they can screw them over on contracts. They're not going to make any more moves. It's like the talent's
Well, we'll
there.
see.
They
I
just
mean-
need a little bit. They just need
Isn't
something.
Look, man.
isn't that the story always? Isn't that the story?
It
always?
is. That's very Marlins.
Yeah.
It is
It's
very
like in the
Marlins,
stadium.
but
Mm-hmm.
the difference this time is that we're pretty, you know, we're approaching the trade deadline and we're just a few games out of 500. We're
Yeah, that's what I'm
technically
saying.
closer. This is a lot better season than we were expecting, and we're in a better position than we've been in seasons past. Plus, with the extra wild card games, you know, you got a chance to play some.
But that's what I'm
baseball
saying. They're
yourself.
so close, but one, they haven't shown that they can make the right moves, and they have
Yeah.
talent. They just don't want to bring it up and pay it. Like,
I think the talent, they're bringing it up. The problem is just, look, man. Honestly, I think Coop's gonna be gone. I think he's gonna get traded by the deadline
No.
in exchange for those pieces that are gonna bring. He's the only guy that really has value that, you know, would be interesting. The guy's been hitting 300 all season. He's our best hitter, you know. So he's a likable guy. People, you know.
he's an Auburn
no,
man. Don't
like-
forget that.
Oh yeah, there you go. You know. I started covering those times.
80s tops. Hey, we haven't done the baseball packs in a while. We gotta bring that back. Maybe after the All-Star break or stuff. We should see.
We'll do. We got to get a Friday show going again. But, you know, funny story, about a couple weeks ago, I was at a Target and I bought like 10 packs of Topps 2022 cards, and I totally sat by myself and I opened all of them, and it was like the best 30 minutes I've had in a long time. It was great.
They still
So-
sell those. I used to buy them in the gas station when I was a little kid with the bubble gum.
Yeah,
and everything.
dude. Oh man, dude. Trading card industry is still going well, but I hate it. But it was just like nice to like see if I could learn some new players, you know. But man, Marlins, I think they're gonna make a move, man. We'll see. Although the big thing that we were talking about up here. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say not that they're not gonna make a move, but what have they done so far that you trust them to make the right move? Is what I'm saying.
For sure, 100%. But let me ask you guys this: we were having this discussion up here, dude. I don't know what the record is since Joe Madden got fired from the Angels, but it's atrocious. Ohtani is a free agent after next season. Okay, Mike Trout's turning 31 in August.
No, already stop.
I want to
Stop
hear
already.
this. I want to hear
No.
this. I want to hear
I'm
it.
just-
Don't feed
No,
into it, bro.
I want to hear
I'm
it.
just saying. All I'm saying is why. And I'm not talking about Marlins here. I'm not
Why
talking
not
about Marlins.
us?
I'm just
Why
saying.
not us?
No. Forget the Marlins. They're not going to make a trade here. But I think you're at a point now where if you're any of these teams, bro, make the move. Make the move. Get rid of one of those two stars, bro. If you're going to the fact that this guy he's 1 for 12 in his career in playoff games. That's his stat line is 1 for 12 at bats. That's all he's had in the most prolific career of Mike Trout. He's got 12 at bats in the playoffs, dude. It's horrible. He's got 3 games. Do him a favor, send him to the Yankees, send him somewhere else, blow up that team, and try
Please
to
not
build
the
around.
Yankees.
Because right,
God.
well, there's very few teams that are going to be able to pull in a haul like that. You know what I'm saying? The Yankees are going to. The Yankees are loaded, man. They have the best. I think they're still the best record in baseball. They have
I think so.
tons of
Send him to
prospects.
Boston. Level the playing field.
No, man. He's a Jersey guy, so Yankees would make sense. But we were talking about it, man. I think.
Is there a
the time
Brooklyn
to
Nets
trade him is
version?
now,
Send him
bro.
to the Mets.
The Mets are pretty good.
Oh, are you kidding me? You're calling yourself a
Mets are pretty
Marlins
good.
fan? You're saying
No, I
Wait,
hate
bro,
the
not
Mets equally.
Come on, Mets will be the worst. But we were just discussing it. We were like, man, you got to trade one of those two guys. Like, I would love to see one of those guys get traded. Although I don't think it's going to be Ohtani because he's still, creating this revenue and putting people in the seats, and people are going to want to see that. But the novelty of Mike Trout in LA, man, is just it's over, bro. Do him a favor, send him somewhere, let him play some decent, meaningful baseball these last few years, bro.
He's gonna end up a Dodger.
Yeah.
I think Ohtani's gonna end up a Dodger. After his contract expires, he's gonna be in Seattle
like
or
10
Dodgers.
years.
He's gonna stay out there. Yeah. I wanted to ask you guys though. What about? Did you see what the commissioner came out and said today? Who he added to the All-Star rosters? Did you see the two?
Pujols and Miggy.
Pujols and Miggy. Bro, get Achilles out of here. He's rolling his eyes at like two of the greatest of all time over here, bro. Getting a nice proper send-off. Come on, bro. Miggy's putting it up. Miggy's having a good season.
Yeah.
Pujols, bro, like we should be doing a farewell tour like we do for all these other guys, bro. Like having celebrations for him. This is not a season, bro. Like,
I appreciate him just. I appreciate him just going out and not because he's just a chill dude. He don't need the pomp and circumstance.
Pomp and circumstance. Maybe he doesn't need it, but he deserves a little bit at least.
But he could have asked for it like any other player. He didn't. So
he would never.
I think
He would
it's a
never.
good
He would
choice.
never.
Exactly. To me, that's cool.
Yeah. But anyway, that's all I got. What's up? What are you guys talking about now?
I have a quick spicy sports nugget for Marlins. As of yesterday, the leader in all of MLB in WAR is Sandy Alcantara.
Ooh.
Not only is he Cy Young, the man's MVP right now, bro. Leads the whole league in WAR.
He has to start, bro. He has to start.
He's not going to start.
Why not?
He's not.
Racism.
The guy who. No.
Who's the NL? Who's the National League All-Star coach?
His
All-Star manager.
No, it's not who it is. It's
Isn't that who picks?
Yeah, but the problem is it's at the All-Star game. Where's it going to be at?
In LA.
At the home of what team? The Dodgers. The Dodgers have a pitcher. I think his name is Gonsolin or whatever his name is, who's having a great season, and he's going to get the nod because it's like the Sandy season is here, but that Gonsolin season is still close. And if he doesn't have a bad game between now and the All-Star game, they're going to do it because of the novelty that he's the pitcher for the home team. You know what I mean?
This pomp and circumstance is stupid. All-Star games are
and nobody cares
garbage.
about the Marlins, bro. Nobody cares
Doesn't
about
matter.
the Marlins either. As good as Sandy is, bro.
But if you
people care
start
about Sandy.
No, but if you start him at the All-Star game and then people start looking into him, then people start caring about Miami.
Yeah, but who's gonna? You think they're gonna do that favor for us, for Marlins fans? No, man. They're in for their own interest, and the Dodgers are a big market team, and they pay the bill, so they're gonna hook them up. So
why is it always Miami? Why is it always Miami against the rest of the nation? Like in every sport.
No, Miami bias is real. We talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. But at the same time, though, look, you come to these Marlins games, unless Ohtani's here, people don't show up. Dodger games are constantly selling out. People, want to see these guys, and they go and they show up for it. You know what I mean? So I think it should be Sandy, but it's. Oh, he's gone.
We lost Xavier.
I think it should be Sandy. He
I'm
should
back.
be the guy.
All right.
I gotta go. I got. It has to happen once a show. I gotta call. Remember, I'm on my phone because my computer. I don't know how to put the Mac, and my wife is calling me, so she made my call drive.
No. There you go again.
Dude, there he goes again, bro. You gotta show him how to use Chrome, man. What's it called? But no, I think it should be Sandy. He deserves it. But I'm just being realistic. It's probably going to be the guy from the Dodgers. I can't even pronounce his name. But he's having a really good season.
Why do they even let the manager choose who starts?
It's tradition.
No, the manager picks who, he generally goes off who's having the best season. But who's the manager?
But that's the only position. That's the only position.
It's going to be the Braves guy. But that's the thing. It's going to be the Braves manager. It's going to be the coach. Yeah. So he's not going to pick a Marlin. Fuck the Marlins. go with the Dodger guy. You know, there you go.
But that's the only position where the starter is chosen by the manager, not by voting or whatever. However they had chosen.
Yeah, they have the starters get selected out by voting, and then
everything about baseball. Then people wonder why people don't like baseball.
Yeah.
Hey, look, bro. Come on, look. Hey, are we really gonna get mad about it that much? Like, yes. Do you really expect that to happen?
We never get this. The one time where we have the best pitcher in all of baseball, and he doesn't start the fucking All-Star game. Fuck, bro.
Yeah.
We never get this.
We never get this. It's literally the best.
We never get this. But we never get this. But we have 3 All-Stars. We've never had that either.
Yeah, but
last time we had 3 All-Stars. Hold on. Last time we had 3 All-Stars was 1998, and they were on other teams. You know, I remember watching that All-Star game in '98 and watching all these former Marlins that got traded after the fire sale in the All-Star game the following year and just crying. You know, so we got 3 All-Stars. It's all right.
We didn't have Stanton, Ozuna, and Yelich at one point. No, was that also a following season thing?
No, Stanton and
Ozuna?
Jose Fernandez, I think, were they made it together in San Diego, I believe. And that's it, bro. We got 3 All-Stars, man. Look, hey, fact of the matter is, I'm not even going to be able to watch the All-Star game because I'm going to be with you, Gus, covering a game on Tuesday.
Well, that's unconfirmed.
No, it's confirmed already.
We got the email?
Yeah, we got the email. We're good for next week. So that's what I'm telling you. No show next week because it's going to be Achilles by himself. But if you want to run you and Xavier want to have a good MLS talk.
No, you don't want to listen to us not smart MLS guys. So
nope. Yeah, I won't do it. I'll let you guys
talk
hit up
about
my
soccer. What about your Chelsea, bro? Making so many good moves. I saw Koulibaly today.
But dude, he's 31. I mean, I like him. We're rumored to get a couple other guys now that are on the list there. I like that we're not going after Rafinha. Barcelona could keep him. I don't want that guy.
Yeah, he's going to Barcelona. You saw PSG turn down Ronaldo?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. No. See, that's someone who gets dumped but comes out first and says, no, I dumped them. Get the hell out of here.
We've been rumored with Ronaldo. Apparently, we're going to put in an official bid for him. I don't know.
You signed the Chicago Firekeeper, the 19-year-old. Is a big move.
Oh. Yeah, Slonia or whatever his name is.
Slonia or something like that.
I like.
Yeah, that's a plus.
I like when these MLS guys get signed in Europe, but I hate when they don't.
It now.
Wait, I hate when they don't get playing time.
But that's the thing. They don't.
That's what happens
against them.
Especially at Chelsea. Chelsea's notorious for that.
Chelsea and Arsenal and fucking Manchester United.
Well, this guy Matt Turner now going to Arsenal and to be a backup.
No, but he got loaned out. He got loaned out, and so did Stefan, because we got a World Cup coming up, and those guys need games. But so they both are going to get loaned out.
We'll see. But I like what Chelsea did. Raheem Sterling is another good pickup. I think I think on offense our attack is good, and I'm just a little worried about our defense after losing Rudiger, Christensen, Azpilicueta are all gone. Marcos Alonso is leaving as well. So we really gotta put everything that we can into revamping that. So
you saw Chiellini wants to see Pulisic at Juventus.
Yeah.
Because Chiellini's never played anywhere else. If you ask him what's another team, he's like, Juventus.
That'd be a great move for Pulisic. That'd be a great move for him to get playing time and in a league where he could shine.
If he's gonna get playing time, that's the problem.
Yeah.
He should. Why not?
Look who's here. Look at that guy.
Oh yeah.
Just got back. Did you get any good stuff down there? All right, good. We're doing the podcast. So but he said Chiellini was talking about Pulisic there, but the thing with Pulisic, man, I obviously want to see him stay in Chelsea, and he's kind of got that Ohtani factor, where he gets all that American money coming in, all of America.
Yeah, but if you go to Juventus, then you got 2 Americans.
That
becomes America's team automatically.
Oof. It really does.
Them and Leeds.
With Leeds. That's my new Premier League team. Easy, not even close.
Leeds got
Aronson
and
Brandon Aronson and Tyler Adams. My two
Tyler Adams
favorite
and
guys,
the coach.
Bro.
Yeah. So they're packing it over there.
That's what's up, man. I'm gonna have to watch some Leeds United games.
Was that Derek Jeter?
No, he's gone. I did see Jimmy. I was getting some water.
It's like the newsroom when you see some rando just walking in the back in the newsroom.
Yeah, that's
it
what
happens.
It is.
It's part of the biz.
Look at that. It's that rando right there.
Oh, look at that guy.
Looking like a teacher.
You guys,
that's
you
what he
want
is.
one more? I have a weird Premier League specific spicy sports nut game.
Hit the music.
It's a weird one. So last week I saw the Southampton signed some guy named Romero, and then someone sent out this tweet: Southampton could have Romero and Romeu at center midfield, Adam and Adams in attack, Nathan and Nathan at wing, and also Armstrong or Armstrong.
What?
And those are all different players.
That's on purpose. Somebody's doing that. Somebody's messing with the team.
Man, I'm gonna try and do that in FIFA now. That's gonna be my.
That's hilarious.
That sounds like
that locker room.
FIFA only, man.
The guy, the uniform manager, is gonna hate his job.
Or it's really easy. He just has to just change the number and the names stay the same.
I guarantee all those guys are different sizes, and he's gonna put the medium where the large goes. They're gonna have to trade jerseys every time.
That was spicy.
That's good stuff, man.
Oh wait, hold on. Say hi.
Yo, what's up, Daniel?
Such a handsome guy. Everybody, I miss you.
Look at that, bro. See, everybody's around here, man.
That's a big press room up there.
Yeah, bro. The Marlins press box is
good size.
All right, so
anyway, guys, I'm gonna get going because my time. I gotta get going. I'm tired.
Wait, I gotta on this day for you, Edwin. Okay, on this day. In 1921,
all right.
Babe Ruth set a record of 137 career home runs. That was the record back then, bro. 127, dude.
Of course, there's a bunch of plumbers.
Yeah,
and like bakers.
137.
Oh, I got a little spicy nugget that I actually came across while we were doing the game. Scared the hell out of me. So there was nobody on the two teams today that was hitting 300. Okay. Then we started talking about like, man, the art of hitting is just trash now, right? I blame Mike Trout, but that's another story. Anyway, what's it called? Larry Walker in 1999. I believe hit 370 something. Okay, had like 30 something home runs, 100 and something RBIs, 370 something. 10th in National League MVP voting. 10th.
Yeah, no, I saw nothing is better. Yeah, I saw Tony Gwynn's stat on Twitter the other day where he had more multi-hit games than multi-strikeout games.
Yeah,
like by a huge number too.
I saw that too.
The best.
I think he had
I have the
34 multi-strikeout games or something like that
in his entire career. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Okay, I got the stat line here. He led the league in batting average, 379. He led the league in on base percentage, led the league in slugging, led the league in OPS, and he had 37 home runs, 115 RBIs, and unbelievable. And 10th in the 10th in voting for the MVP. 379. 370. Did you know that, Alex?
The hell?
Very welcome. 379.
Yeah, bro. Crazy, bro.
Oh my god.
All right.
There you go, man.
See you guys.
See you, bro.
And on that note, I leave you guys. Have a great one.
You too, my friend. All right. Xavier, you gonna stick around for some F1 or FU, bro?
I don't know. Last time I stuck around, I said I didn't watch the show. What's the name of the show?
Drive to Survive.
Unbelievable.
And I said it like 5 times. Drive to Survive. But then I'm gonna
text it to you right now.
Yeah. Send them the link. Send them the link.
Send it to me. And I'm gonna go because the wifey's out. That's why she was calling, and I'm taking care of the kids.
Sounds good, man.
Drive to Survive. All
I'm
right,
pretty
guys.
sure I heard one of your kids crying, "Papi."
You heard? Yeah, I was hoping, I was praying that it wouldn't go. It wouldn't go on the show.
Hey man, but you're a pro. You went right through it like nothing was happening.
Bro.
You're a pro.
The show must go on.
No, you know what's funny? It's like I hope this doesn't become a trend, but it already did. Every show, either the phone drops, the screen goes off. I just got the wife the kid screams. How am I gonna make it to ESPN Deportes like this? I don't know.
Well, dude, what was a few years back that CNN guy got super famous because the daughter walked in and the mom had to like yank him out.
and the worst part about that is everybody was saying, "Oh, that's the nanny," because she was and it was his wife.
Yeah,
like, "Oh no, the nanny grabbed this." Like, no, that's his wife. Wow,
I'm just saying, bro, you could go viral.
That's not that's not a spicy sports nugget. That's a spicy something. I don't know what that is. All right, appreciate it, guys. If not, I would stay, but I got to go take care of the kids.
Sounds good, man.
Take it easy, man. Peace.
Later, bro.
Bye.
All right, Achilles. F1 or FU, bro? You know what? You didn't give me a face at the beginning of the
I thought I did.
the stream. You did?
I thought so.
Man,
I always have something. I don't know.
All right. Well, I'm sorry I missed it. You know, that might have been the same face you made watching Austrian GP this weekend.
Man, another great race, man. Another fantastic race.
Good. And like, I think the narrative after the race was that you can't just go ahead and crown anyone.
No.
Because Leclerc now, he gets a win and he's right back in it. He's right back in it, threatening to take the top spot again. No,
for sure. And last year, this race was terrible. Verstappen won it by like 20 plus seconds.
How does that even happen, bro?
Because it's that new car, dude. I'm telling you, it changed everything.
Mm-hmm.
Because it brought everyone a little closer together. And it's not just the good cars. It's every car, every little tier of car gets to race. And now, again, usually it's like the first 5 laps are really interesting. Mm-hmm. Maybe something happens here or there in the middle. Then there's a yellow flag. Everyone comes back. And then it's exciting again. Yeah. No, man. These last 2 races is literally from lights out to the end is nonstop action, bro. It's bananas. It was the first time Leclerc won not being pole position. He's so good. It's so much fun to watch him and Verstappen because they're both so great. Yeah. And super ballsy. And he had to overtake him twice in the race to win it.
That's awesome.
So good for him, obviously. Yeah. But it was, like I said, the battle between them two was fantastic. Hamilton had another good drive. Mm-hmm. Russell took a 5-second penalty because he clipped Checo and knocked Checo out. But Oof. But he took a 5-second penalty and still finished 4th. Yeah, that's how good he's been. He's been really good, man. The Mercedes guys, their team, they're figuring out the car little by little, and the guys have just been resilient. They're not fucking up. Yeah, like I said, they go into every race, and Toto and Lewis are always like, "Yep, we don't have the pace." Yeah, Lewis was complaining that the Haas was too fast in the straights for Mercedes. He was like, "I don't know, man. We don't have the pace to keep up with Haas." But their car doesn't break down. Yeah. And what do you call it? So at least one of the Red Bull or Ferraris is going to blow up every race. Yeah. And usually it's 2 of them. So that's an automatic 2 free places for Mercedes. And they're just like, we'll sit here. Like, I'll be set 6th and 8th in pole, but we know there's going to be some dummies that crash. So we're just going to take our 4 and our 3 and our 5 and then, like you say, the car is getting better, and you never know. That one of these days they come out here and they have the pace, and then that's it. Yeah, like last season, Mercedes got off to a slow start, and Hamilton's car didn't have the pace. But at the end of the season, they figured it out, and Hamilton won all those fucking races at the tail end of the season to catch up and make it interesting. So that's what I'm saying. If this keeps happening, where yes, Red Bull and Ferrari finishing 1-2, but if it's not 1-2, 1-3, because both with 1 through 4 isn't them every race, they can sneak in.
Yeah.
If like in 3 races, that car all of a sudden is catching up.
Yeah.
Then they're right in it. It's a 3-team race instead of a 2-team race.
Yep. And still 1 through 6 are separated by 100 points.
Yeah.
That's not a lot.
No.
That's not a lot. So.
And it was another good day for the mid-tier teams.
Mm-hmm.
Alpine had another great race. Freaking Fernando Alonso's old man has been fantastic. He started at the back because they switched out his engine, so they had to take the penalty and he had to start out back. Finished in points. And Ocon, as long as that car works, is going to finish 5 to 7 every race. The guys,
Alpine's 5 in Constructors Cup. I was surprised by that. I didn't realize that.
That's what I'm saying. They've just had a couple of they've had a couple of DNFs, and that's it. If not, they're even closer. Yeah. And obviously, we got to give
McLaren's 4,
and they've been terrible.
Yeah, that was. I think that one was more surprising than Alpine. Like when I saw it, I'm like, McLaren's 4. Bro, yeah. Shout out to what's his name?
Lando.
Yeah, shout out to Lando's killing it. Then he's carrying that team because Ricardo's been trash this season.
Oh, dude, it was my favorite thing with Ricardo this year. Like, he just stayed between, 10 and 13 the whole race. And everyone else is making moves. And he was just...
I don't know what's up with him.
Hey, he finished in the points. So, listen.
Yeah.
Like I said, I agree. He's not been good. Lando's been good, but the car just isn't that great.
Yeah.
But, and then if only Haas, man. They look... Remember, I don't know. It was like a month ago when I shared that tweet with you guys where Gunther's like, oh, we have some secret upgrades coming out. And then they started losing races. It's like, oh, shit, they're Haas again. And now he fucking busted them out finally. Yep. Oh, well, Haas, it's so good.
Like Alfa Romeo's 6, Haas is 7. Right? Haas has 34 points. McLaren, who's in 4th place, only has 81. They're only separated by less than 50 points.
Yeah. And Haas has had 2 back-to-back double-point finishes. They're going to pass Alfa fast. Yeah, because it's either Bottas and Joe's been good the last couple of races. Obviously, he had that terrible crash last week, and then this week he was doing good, and then just kind of fell off at the end. But I think Haas can easily pass them because Mick and Magnussen are just both really good drivers. Yeah, and like I said, the car is fast,
and they've been unlucky.
Yeah, well, because listen. Like I said, Mick drives like a madman.
Yeah.
He has that Ricky Bobby in him, just like Verstappen does.
Yeah.
But like I said, they figured something out again because, like I said, Lewis Hamilton literally said, yo, we cannot keep up with the Haas on the straights. It's too fast.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And again, it's not flukes of just like, oh, people are crashing or they're, doing good drive. No, they're doing it in qualifying too, which means the car is good too. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because when you're out there in qualifying, that's it. It's just you and the car. Anything can happen in the race, whatever. Yeah. And you got all the, whatever, it is what it is. But yeah, it was, like I said, it was just another great race from top to bottom. And there was just like, I think they went into it saying, oh, this is going to be a one-stop race. And it ended up being like some teams did 2, some teams did 3. There was a yellow flag, so we're going to jump in and put on the softs. And it was just like, Christian Horner almost outsmarted Ferrari again.
Yeah? How so?
Almost did it because he kept undercutting them. And after it was like the last 10 laps before that yellow flag came in and everyone got on the softs.
Yeah.
Verstappen, they stopped him. Put him on fresh mediums, and the Leclerc was still out there on hards, and he had made up the time to 15 seconds. So if they pitted, the best case scenario was they come out at the same place. And they put that pressure on him, but luckily the yellow flag came in. Because if not, Horner would have outsmarted him again because mad scientist, bro. I think he's holding them back, bro. Because they do the weirdest shit with their pit stops and their strategies, and I don't know what's ever happening. And these 2 guys are overcoming it. And poor Carlos, man. I know I like to make fun of him, but he's cursed, bro. He's literally cursed. There's nothing he can do. Because even the race he won, he almost blew it once when he went off the track. And then the mad scientist tried to fuck him over.
Yeah.
But he still pulled it out. And then this race, he was doing good again. And you started to see him get a little shaky. And you're like, oh, shit, he's going to blow it.
He was going to finish number 2.
Yeah.
He was going to finish P2.
and then his car blew up, and that shit was crazy. Did you see that?
Yeah.
It caught fire, and he couldn't get the brakes in, so it was rolling away on fire.
Yeah.
And if you watch the race, the stewards are like these old fat guys, and they're just standing there with the extinguishers.
Yeah.
Looking.
That one guy.
You see him
down, and he's like, nope. He just walks away.
I've never seen anything like that. There was 2 of them, just like
I
don't know.
Yeah.
That was scary, man.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, like he did a good thing where he went to that like little service lane, but then it caught fire, and then the fire grew so fast, and he couldn't get out because it was rolling, and you can't have a flaming car roll into the track. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah.
It was, like I said,
insane.
I like to make fun of Carlos, man, but my God, it's at this point, it's a curse at this point, and I understand why he has no confidence. It makes sense because his whole life this year, especially this year, has just been disaster after disaster.
I know, man. And it always catches him like in the worst moments too.
Exactly. It's never like, 10 laps in, the car breaks, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
No, it's always like, yes, I'm doing it.
I know.
Something bad happens.
I wouldn't be surprised if that whole final lap that he won of last week's race, he probably had his eyes closed. Like
he was doing the cool runnings where he just remembered the turns.
Exactly. Oh my God! So next week they're off, right?
Yeah, we're off for a week, and then
and then they're at France. Cool. All right, so we'll see how that one turns out. I don't think we're gonna do an F1 or FU show next week, obviously, because we're not gonna do any show next week.
That's right.
Me and Edwin are gonna be covering Inter Miami versus Barcelona.
Woo!
I honestly didn't think we were gonna get it, but I'm kind of happy.
There you go, man.
All right, good stuff. All right, Achilles, my friend. I think that's it for today, bro.
It was good.
It was a good show. Good show. No jilly jabbing around. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. All right, man. See you on the other side. Take care, Lemonheads.